Hello viewers, welcome to your favorite program, the Vintage Heritage Show. My name is Jane Briggs. On today's program on the Vintage Heritage Show is all about Valentine. I want to start by saying happy Valentine to our viewers. Valentine is all about love, but we'll get to know on this program. What's your take on Valentine? I am not alone on this. I have somebody, very special person, we'll be discussing and talking about the word love. The word love. And the person with me here is Pamzat Abubakar. And we'll be discussing a lot of things about me and you. Me and you means love. Anyway, till we'll get down there, stay tuned. I'll be right back.
For me, darling, just dive right in. Follow my lead. Well, I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. Well, I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time.
Welcome back on the Vintage Heritage Show. I told you we'll be talking about Valentine, and I'm not alone. I have a fish here, and we'll be talking about the love for Valentine and the reason for Valentine. Hi, welcome.
Thank you, Jane.
How are you?
I'm fine.
It is nice to have you on the Vintage Heritage Show.
No problem.
Thank you for coming and honoring days. Today is Valentine. Are you aware?
Today is Valentine.
No,
even if you're not interested, you'll be aware that.
No, but why is it that I just said today is Valentine? It becomes funny.
No, it's not funny.
Yeah,
it's the aura of
the Valentine. Okay, yeah. Actually, today is 14th February, and it's Valentine. A lot of people are celebrating Valentine, and I don't know. In a very little shell, is there anything you would like to describe to people what you understand about Valentine?
Yeah, for people like us that sometimes tend to be academic, and sometimes you look at things from social prism. Of course, there are a few things I would like to say about Valentine.
Beautiful. That's why you're here. Yeah.
Well, first, as of today, the 21st century in 2021, the world has changed massively.
Absolutely.
The understanding of Valentine from the beginning, where you can even see that the celebration came 200 years after the life of Saint Valentine.
Saint Valentine, yeah.
There's been this spiritual attachment to it.
Yeah.
But at its growth, the entire idea of Valentine
began to drop.
Yeah. No, began to change.
Yeah.
Perspective.
Yeah.
The angle. It becomes the celebration of commitment.
Exactly.
It becomes the celebration of promise.
Exactly.
And as of today, we're talking about Valentine. Valentine has become a celebration of wild dreams.
Wild dreams.
Yes.
Wow.
So basically, that is how I see Valentine.
How you see Valentine.
Yeah. Love is relative these days.
Exactly.
The definition is stick to individual thinking and
Yeah,
perceptions.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so is Valentine.
Yeah, so it's Valentine.
Yeah,
Yes, you know that a lot of people have a different perception about
yeah.
Valentine. And I know that some people too have the wrong perception again about Valentine. Me and you know some people don't even celebrate Valentine.
Sure.
They see it as something that is not worth doing, that
Yeah.
is not good. But to me, I celebrate Valentine because I know Valentine is a source for love. Yeah, if you go back in the century where we have the story of Saint Valentine is all about love. And you see, but today, let's look into the aspect where people go wrong in the aspect of this Valentine's issue. Because you discover that when people are celebrating Valentine, a lot of things begin to come in between it. People just say that Valentine should be celebrated only with somebody you are intimate with. And I don't see it that way. With my research on Valentine, it goes beyond that.
Well, we may have a different opinion.
And that's why we're seated here to talk about it.
I don't shy away from standing alone on a different platform. Uh, if you go back to the story of Valentine,
Saint Valentine,
yes,
yeah.
they define the celebration of love and flirt.
Okay,
You understand? So you know what love and flirt is.
exactly.
So basically, if we go, because you know at that time there was a decree by, I think, Emperor Claudius II, so around 3rd century, of banning the Roman soldiers from converting to Christianity,
Yeah.
getting into marriage, love and
Love issues,
you
yeah.
know. And afterward, when St. Valentine began to establish the ground for people to come and recite poetry,
Yeah.
read love letters and all of that.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
it's not just about expressing feelings.
Yeah.
You know, on the page of the
poet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also to flirt with
Ah.
someone you love.
You love.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, but time has come to do a little panel-beating on the whole idea.
Exactly.
Because of our moral attitudes,
Yeah.
because of children's involvement
on Valentine,
and things
yeah.
like that. Now you begin to tell them, because the church has come so very heavily into it.
Yeah, because the story came from the church.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they now begin to caution people.
To be
While you do this,
Yeah.
don't do that. While you do that, don't do this.
Okay, and I think, Pamzed, if we're looking at it today, what do you think is expected on a celebrating the Valentine?
Well,
Because I caught you somewhere saying the church has come to say you do this and you don't
Yes.
do this.
Yes.
So what is expected as we celebrate Valentine?
well, the church is all about laws.
Exactly.
But when individuals are in love, you don't put law to it.
You don't put law to it.
No.
Good.
They just
I like
express-
that. you see, I just like what you said.
You know, you just express it the best way you can. That is what happened.
Yeah.
But then, instead of telling people don't do that, it's better to tell them the consequences of doing some things that are not right yet.
Exactly.
You know, whether we like it or not, the definition of love is likeness, intimacy, and then some kind of lust. And all of that.
Yeah.
So things like that happen, especially when you have some roasted meat and some red wine by the side.
And anything can happen in
Yes,
between that.
exactly.
So we're talking about the things that are supposed to be done. Let people know that you should do on Valentine and not do on Valentine.
I think we should, in terms of celebrating Valentine's, we should go back to writing.
Right.
Yeah, even if you cannot write, you should be able to go and look for a card, and already made one.
Okay.
With words that express what you feel.
Yeah,
it's better when you write it yourself.
You're going quite interesting. We're still on the Vintage Heritage Show, and don't forget, it's all about Valentine. And when I say all about Valentine, about us means love. We'll be right back on the Vintage Heritage Show to still continue on love affairs and issues. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
For me, darling, just dive right in. Follow my lead. Well, I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. I never knew you were the
Welcome back on the Vintage Heritage Show. We're talking about Valentine today. A lot of people are celebrating Valentine in different ways. Some just think it's just to take a step out, and some think it's hanging out with their loved ones, their girlfriends, their wives. And we're seated here, we're still, me and Hamza, we're doing Valentine too, actually. You see, that is the love we're talking about. And we're sharing from different cups, but the love is there. So it's all about Valentine. So we're still on the matter, like what is expected on Valentine.
Well, aside from just sending messages across of your affection to somebody, I think there are days and time in every year that people sit down to look at the challenges they've gone through.
Yeah.
To reaffirm
Exactly.
their presence, and whatever that there is between them, they should not just lose track of the fact that what brought them together from the first instance.
And when we're saying there's two people who are in bond in a relationship. Yeah.
And then it goes beyond that sometimes. Sometimes is the love of your life could be your father or your mother.
Exactly.
Or your neighbor or your brother or something like that. Or your colleague in the office even. You can it's not necessarily romantic,
your husband, it's not necessarily your boyfriend.
You keep somebody seated and tell him a lot of things just further your bond.
Exactly.
So it could be anything.
And I still feel the same way that if you can share something very strong with somebody, that is the trust and love you have for that person. Exactly. And if that person can keep it for you, that is all about Valentine. Valentine, I'm looking at it, that is not supposed to just be on the 14th February alone. Even though, yes, just like we'll celebrate Eid al-Kabir, we'll celebrate Christmas, we'll celebrate Easter, and we're celebrating love today. And looking at Valentine, a lot of things go wrong. You see, people get to misunderstand the word Valentine. Some people use it to be at the bar to get themselves drunk and get tipsy, and they get home, they start misbehaving. Some people use it to indulge in so many things that is not too good. And looking at it, I asked myself, is this love? No, nobody said don't hang out. Nobody said don't. You could take a bottle of a glass of wine. That's okay. You can hang out with a loved one without a glass of wine. That's a good one. But it depends on what you tie that bond with. But people go beyond it to the extent that you can see if it's actually called love as a Valentine Day. Do you know some guys just step out because they feel it's a Valentine Day? They just want to get a crash.
Yeah, that's why I told you.
Just
these
days
is more of the celebration of wild dreams. You just want to do something.
Because
sometimes the Valentine Day is not an opposite sex, or it's not even somebody. It's yourself that is the Valentine to yourself.
Thank you.
You understand? You want to go out. You want to drink beyond normal. You want to eat the available things. And then in the process, there are things that comes in that might not be in the plan.
Exactly.
Some can go as far as raping available ladies.
No, they do. But a lot of people do some strange things, and all in the name of love.
Yes. Yeah. So I don't know. It's not right when you do things excessively, especially where you think when you do these things it will lead you into committing crimes.
Exactly.
Why wouldn't you just live within the borders of just
the affections of love,
and things like that. Even if it is just yourself, I think it will do good if you just sit down in your house, buy whatever you want to buy, and then ready it.
But I should tell you this: you can enjoy Valentine alone. No, let's be honest, ourselves.
You can
alone. Yeah. So let's hear that from you.
There's what we call soliloquizing.
Okay, soliloquizing.
In the art world, where somebody will sit down and have a communication with himself.
No, that's happened.
Yeah, it happens.
That's happened.
You can deliberately create that scenario
for yourself.
You understand?
Okay.
Talk about you. Sometimes this life gets so hard that every day you are looking for something here and there,
and you have it within yourself.
Yeah, you forget that yourself.
Okay.
It's there. You just want to get something for yourself. Now you just sit down and enjoy and celebrate yourself for whatever you've done from the beginning of the year to that point. Before you begin to run on the street.
Okay, and if I might get you very well, that means Valentine as well indicates that you should celebrate your own self.
It's just a celebration of promise and commitment.
Promise and
what
commitment.
do you have for yourself?
Self, yeah.
You know, and sometimes you can just peep through the window and this person that you have been seeing in the neighbor's house, you can go and explain to them.
Exactly.
You say, look, this is Valentine. I want us to have a good time on Valentine's Day.
You can call it dinner.
Yes.
Okay.
Dinner
You can call it sit down. But if on the Vintage Heritage Show today, talking about Valentine and love, if we have to look at the categories and say, two couples, how do you think we can advise them to celebrate this love on Valentine's Day today? Because there are some couples who really, they don't celebrate it. They don't even celebrate love at all. So can we use this platform? What do you think we can tell them how they can start today to build their love on Valentine?
Whatever you're doing as an individual or couples, it's good to catch a break, at least for just 3 hours, you know, to not go out because you're being paid to go out.
Yeah.
But to go out because you want to make your spouse happy.
Happy, yeah.
You understand? Go to the cinema, go to have dinner in the restaurant, go to the supermarket, buy a new shirt,
some chocolate,
belt, chocolate, whatever. You understand? To give them that sense that, see, it's not like I am mentally disappeared from
the love affair. Yeah.
I am around. I'm just committed. I'm showing commitment to also us. Yeah. I think that's basically it.
And now we're talking about couples, right? Because you know, if you get into some homes, their marriages is just like a crash. And when it comes to a day like this for Valentine, nobody is thinking about anything. And it gets worse when the other person knows what is Valentine and the other person doesn't even know what is Valentine. Emotionally, one person is dying in between them.
There has to be a platform for celebration.
Exactly. Yeah.
When the two people are not on the same page, they're hardly going to be a celebration of what is not there.
Yeah.
Maybe the love has died long time ago.
Exactly.
And you want to just celebrate Valentine.
Yeah.
Although sometimes the idea of Valentine can come into your head and feel you can reach out so that you can begin to build your relationship with whoever is around. If the other person is also open to that, it's easy to see a process of comeback in the relationship from them.
Yeah.
But if the other person is not open to it, there's no way you can celebrate Valentine with somebody that is not open to celebrating Valentine.
That's true. And you know, Abubakar, we have those problems too that even now, people who celebrate the vow, Valentine, are more the teenagers. And that is where we have a problem. We're going to be going for a short break. When we come back, we talk about how the teenagers are expected to see Valentine, because that's where we have a bigger problem. Some of them go the wrong way when it comes to Valentine. We'll be right back on the Vintage Heritage Show.
Someone waiting for me, 'cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time.
Welcome back on the Vintage Heritage Show. Still talking about Valentine, and I hope you're enjoying your Valentine program from the Vintage Heritage Show on Zamani TV. I'm here, my friend, and we're discussing Valentine, and it's all about love. I tell you, without love, you can live, and without love, I can't even be sitting here. So we're back there talking about the teenagers.
Yeah.
Some of them has really get this misunderstood entirely. They feel that is the day. Some of them even have to lose their virginity. A lot of them. A lot of things happen in between this Valentine from the teenager. Because why I don't want to go into the full-grown, matured people, they have tend to understand, even though they were once on the teenage group. And they have really got to understand. But now, do you have something you want to tip out how a teenage girl or boy should handle this Valentine?
Well, this world that is, this word reflection. You know, it's just like a glass when you see yourself. When a family grow to itemize something they celebrate in their home, as Valentine, they put program on the table.
Mm.
On that day, what they do will now reflect on the children.
On the children's
say,
mind.
okay, this is how best to celebrate Valentine.
Valentine, yeah.
But when the parents don't, maybe the father and the mother felt, okay, they do celebrate Valentine on 14th February. All they do is they hide themselves inside their bedroom. And anytime that anybody wants to come, he will knock and then open and he
And that's how they see it.
and they go away. Whoever the kid is, whether boy or girl,
Yeah.
can say, okay, on Valentine's Day I can get my girlfriend and then go into the room and lock the room. You understand?
Thank you.
It's the way
Yeah.
you behave in the home
Yeah.
that the child tends to also behave outside.
Yeah,
You know, so
exactly.
basically is a reflection.
I think I'm very satisfied with your answer. It really brought me home, because how you groom your children to celebrate Valentine, to celebrate birthdays, this is the same way they grow up to do it with other people. And I think you can see my guest here is well loaded. It's well loaded, and have been able to tell us about the reason why some teenagers go the wrong way to celebrate this. And moreover, if you look into it, if I may even ask, must Valentine come with intimacy?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you tell us why it has to come with intimacy.
Like I told you, even the earlier days, it's about young people, soldiers coming to see their loved ones. You understand?
Yeah.
And when they come, they write them intimate things.
Yeah.
And then they do intimate things.
Exactly.
You know, that's basically the culture that has grown over time.
Okay.
When we're celebrating it through this time, when the church came into it and then began to see it as an event, they gave spirituality to it.
Exactly.
Maybe on that day you have to take your Bible and begin to read. That you have Valentine with the angels,
Exactly.
the spirit, and all of that.
Yeah.
But then, as we get to this point, people
begin to things change.
Yeah, begin to fall
upgrade
in love
and fall in love.
things,
Yeah.
The definition of love changed from what it used to be
Exactly
to what it is now.
Okay. Yeah.
And then Valentine also followed into the setting of what love is now.
The love is.
And the way people love, sometimes the love is just a one-day thing.
Exactly.
You know, on Valentine's Day, you can decide to now find somebody to love.
Just for one day.
For just one day.
And that's a bad one.
And then it might be a good one.
To that person.
Yeah.
Loving just for Valentine one day, and you get out of it.
You know, things without strings, you know.
Yeah.
So sometimes is a celebration of commitment, as I said earlier.
Exactly.
You've been together for a very long period. You know, maybe for one reason or the other, you've been apart for a very long time.
Yeah.
And then you suddenly remember that, okay, it's going to be Valentine. I need to look out for this guy to show him that I'm still there.
I'm still there.
You know, just surprise him with a package or surprise out with a package.
That's where I was about going. What kind of you see, we have to emphasize more on gift giving on the Valentine Day. The gift mustn't be this fat. There are just, you know, the Valentine I know back in school days is just a rose flower.
Yeah, exactly.
But you see, today it has really turned to be that people even do Valentine with money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monies, undies, belts, shoes.
Those are good, but Valentine shouldn't go with money.
Yes.
We should
In fact,
go with money.
I think Valentine should be more with just time.
Time, okay.
Yeah, if you can just give somebody
that you can spend your good time with. That's good.
And then whatever it is, it's basically more of what you eat on that day.
Oh my God, yeah, that's true.
Than just giving a big rose flower, a big shirt, a belt, or a trouser.
Exactly.
Chocolate,
yeah.
You know.
And we're not leaving the children out of this, because they are even our Valentine as well.
Sure.
How do you think the children should spend Valentine, especially now that the children are in school, and we need to reach out to their teachers. We need to let them know. I think it's a better way to educate these children in the classroom. This is Valentine, and this is what you do in Valentine.
Yeah. But sometimes you have to be very, very careful.
Very careful.
There are cross cultures and traditions. There are people that might not like that because they don't believe in it.
They don't believe in it.
The children shouldn't be part of it.
Part of it. Okay.
I think it should be limited to individual families.
Individual families.
Yeah. When on the night of Valentine's Day, the father and the mother decide to do something special, the kid will know that this is not the normal day-to-day
Yeah,
things
there
we do
should
in the
must be a
house.
celebration.
Yeah, then there should be something that is being decorated, and the child will now come and say, okay, my father said happy Valentine, that I'm his Valentine. My mother said I'm a Valentine, and
Exactly.
things like that. So it I think is the best way for family to celebrate Valentine. If you're good enough or loaded or have the time, you can take your kids out
And take your family out as well.
bet them twice that day. Maybe in the morning when they come back to school.
Well, that's too much of it. I think I'm not going to let you go because we're talking about Valentine. And if we're talking about it, we have to roll ourselves into it as well. You believe in Valentine?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Okay, so I'm happy you say you believe in Valentine. So how do you expect to spend your Valentine?
Well, like I told you, I'm supposed to be home today, if not for being here.
Okay, good.
Mostly Valentines are days that I go to cinemas with my family.
Okay.
Even when we're cutting to when we got married newly.
Wow. So you've been celebrating all a while. Good.
We go out to eat, drink, buy a few things, watch film, then come back deep tonight.
Wow. And that's how you celebrate your Valentine, and it has been sowing a good fruit in it.
That's always been like that.
Okay.
Maybe this time we'll just hang out in the house.
Wow, my viewers, you can see we're all loaded with words on Valentine Day. My guest here has just defined and explained, and Jim Briggs have said it. It's all about Valentine Day, and nobody said don't celebrate, don't enjoy yourself, but you have to cut it down. You have to take it easy. There are so many ways you can share love. Even the beggars on the streets, they need to be shown love as well. The kids as well. Then you couples, you need to, this Valentine should bring the both of you together in case there are couples who are apart, who are apart, and they don't seem to be compatible with each other.
When you mention the beggars on the street, I think what we fail to do is just to broaden into an administration. You understand, for government to look at the Valentine period to recommit to the people.
Exactly.
You understand, and do something that is done once in a while for the people as a gift.
For Valentine. That is if the government believes in Valentine.
Sure.
Yeah, and our guest here will be telling you the parting words because we're about going finally for this segment. So what's your parting word for people?
Well, I think my parting words will be for people to cut according to their sizes, and the gift shouldn't be that big.
Exactly.
It should be something you say and meant it.
Yeah.
That should be the best gift for Valentine.
Yeah. Wow, you've heard it from the horse's mouth. I wish we could continue this. The word of love is so, beautiful to talk about over and over again. The Vintage Show celebrating Valentine. I want to say thank you to Pamzek. Thank you so much for being my guest on this program. I celebrate Valentine. If I'm out of this place now, I'm going back to my family to have a beautiful Valentine. Honestly, and I'm wishing all my crew a happy Valentine. I love them all, and I love my guests. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
It's been a good one. I love my family. It's Valentine. I believe in Valentine. But when you're celebrating, be cautious and be careful. Don't do the wrong thing, and always remember God. And apart from that, if you decide to hang out, please stay safe. Don't forget the rules of covering your nose and stay tight. Keep safe and almost go out with your sanitizer. We have come to the end of this program on the Vintage Heritage Show today, 14th February 2021. And you can hook us up on Instagram, the Vintage Heritage Show, on Facebook, the Vintage Heritage Show. And if you want to keep watching this program, just drive down to the YouTube, the Vintage Heritage Show. And there you will see the history and the beautiful heritage behind the Vintage Heritage Show with Jim Briggs on Zamani TV. We have come to the end of this program. Until I come your way again, stay blessed and don't forget to stay safe. Bye-bye.